When we do this, we create at most mangled concepts that represent incomplete parts of the whole. We must always remember that each object separated from the whole is only a partial concept of limited validity. Any concept separated from the rest can never perfectly define its reality. Physically, it is impossible to separate any object from the totality in which it is inserted. The practical continuity of everything in the universe, the way everything physically works in the universe, is directly contrary to the hypothesis of the origin of the universe. Since it is impossible in our world to actually physically divide or separate the whole into parts, the concept of the first cause totally loses its conceptual force. Because the universe is an indivisible whole, beginning and end are always partial concepts or only of limited validity. Being continuous, infinite, and indivisible as the universe shows us, it cannot begin or end, and not just him. Physically empty space, nothingness has two characteristics. The infinite extension, only nothingness or what nothing really means is possible to exist everywhere. And continuity. Nothingness is equal in nature everywhere in the universe. Empty space is a continuum. This is the only way to explain and understand how physics works. The contrary hypothesis of space being discrete, discontinuous, granulated, is discarded because it cannot satisfactorily explain the existence of the concept of a force field, nor the functioning of the principle of the theory of relativity, the perfect physical equivalence between the concepts of rest and motion. These two well-defined characteristics, continuity and extension coming from a very simple condition, empty space, make any 2 points located in empty space, even if they are very far from each other, permanently joined, attracting each other. It is empty space by its physical equality everywhere, a way united by a permanent tension of well-defined mean modulus. Due to its continuous feature or to present itself without divisions or absolute physical separations, which unites nothing to nothing, the tension of empty space presents a relatively variable module or intensity around its average value. This is the physical effect we call movements. The existence of nothingness that coexists together with our colossal universe leads to the concept that we call empty space. From empty space for its infinite extension and perfect continuous union arises the concept that we call tension. By joining nothing to nothing, by joining empty space, the tension of empty space has a relatively variable magnitude force around its average value, being able to present relative local oscillations. These local variations in the intensity of tension in empty space are called movements, and some types of movements are called waves. All matter in the universe, and this can be mathematically demonstrated using Newton's second law, for example, is nothing more than relative amounts of pure motion. In Newton's second law, the amount of matter is always exactly inversely proportional to the acceleration, which is nothing more than just a well-defined type of movement, or variation of its position in space in relation to the positions of other physical objects. Every mass, every amount of matter, always has a wave associated with it, or can be perfectly seen or treated as such, without any loss from a conceptual point of view. Because there is this complete identity between all the concepts of physics, we can admit without any fear of error that Einstein's theory of relativity is perfect in stating that observers in different situations or states of motion obtain different measures of quantities of physical concepts that are all based on the concept of movement. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel and give your like if you enjoy it.